All right. Welcome, TGIW. We have the $1 Million Peddlers here hanging out with us today, or hanging out with me today. I'm sure Samantha's going to be along just shortly. Yes. So, hey guys, welcome. Introduce yourself if they haven't seen our episode with you yet.
I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And what do you all do?
Well, I act like this is my first show ever because I left my notifications on my phone. That was that ding you heard, but we've taken care of that now.
Oh, look who showed up. Hey, Samantha.
Oh,
it's real nice to see you here. TGIW.
Yep. No, I'm a reseller. I sell on, I think, 67,402 venues at this point.
So you're real focused. You're a real focused reseller. Okay.
I think I lose track of all the different places that I sell at. But yeah, I've been doing it. Since what, 98, thereabouts, something like that.
Almost 30 years.
30 years. And I've been doing it full time for about a year and a half now. And I absolutely love doing it full time.
Yeah. Thanks.
I sell on about 5 different platforms. I'm not as crazy as Paperboy, but I've been doing it just as long. And I have 15 employees with a warehouse. So a lot of inventory, a lot of listing going on.
Yeah. I love it because like you guys are on a totally different scale than we are with like inventory and number of items and all of that stuff. So it's always super fun to hear just how that works. Samantha almost has a nervous breakdown every time we talk to you just because of the amount of inventory.
Well, we have big news, or I have big news. I don't know if you saw the episode or not, but I brought Rosebud into my life, and Rosebud is a shed. And so I have a shed in the side yard. And the reason why I did this, Samantha, is because I got into the estate of Edward Hoke. He was a mystery writer. He wrote over 900 short stories for Ellery Queen and different, the mystery magazines and all that. He passed in 2002, I believe it was. Well, his wife passed a year ago. And I ended up into the estate thanks to another dealer who got into it. I bought the contents of the books and magazines afterwards, and was able to bring 125 banker boxes over on top of the about 20 to 25 banker boxes I had purchased earlier. So I needed a shed for that.
Oh my God! I thought you were going to tell me
she's going to be on her death. Rosebud.
I thought you were going to tell me like some like wonderful strategy you had where you were going to move inventory into there and focus on that, and then it was going to get no, it's just more stuff.
My wonderful strategy is I moved the stuff out of Mr. Hoke's house before it was sold, and now baby
that's
stuff.
That's like Mr. Magazine and all the pods that he has laying around over there. I don't know.
Yeah. I love it.
All right,
Hi, Stuart.
You'll like this
Stuart,
one.
Our other ephemera seller here. All right. Yes, we got all of our paper people in place.
You'll like this one, Samantha. When the town came out and gave me the permit, I did ask the inspector where I could put a second shed, and he told me now you don't look like you like that. Oh my goodness.
I'm going to one-up Paperboy. See that yellow folder?
I do.
That's for the permit for the sea container that I'm going to go to the city.
Oh my
So
God.
I own an.
Wait, is he serious or kidding?
No, he's serious.
Okay.
I own one sea container on my property that's filled to the gills with 200,000 magazines. But I also bought one from my buddy, and it was on his property. He had a collectible shop, yeah. But he sold the building, so I have 6 months to get that container out. So I'm going to see if I can put it behind my building, and I need more room anyway. So it's really a win-win.
Okay, Samantha's not looking like she's believing any of this.
I'm just over here
but she's going to need therapy. Yeah.
Or if my wife kicks me out, I can use it as a house. People do convert sea containers to houses.
They do. It might be a little cold though. That takes a lot of winterization. Hi, Jill. Yeah, okay. I'm just looking at my office here filled with stuff thinking that I have way too much because there's also a pile in my kitchen right now, and that's all I can handle at the moment.
I'm looking at a lot of stuff that's not in was it Rosebud?
Not yet.
Not yet. You can't fit. You need 4 more to fit all this in.
I can talk to the town. They have a permanent system.
How does your wife feel about Rosebud?
She was very happy about that. And actually, at this point, most of the stuff that's in the living room. So you know those, what would you call that? You know how they've got those changing things that you put up that you could stand behind, like in the old.
Yeah, the little folding
Dividers.
partitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So I have one of those set up behind the couch, so it kind of keeps my area away from the main living room. Currently, in the main living room, there are 15 to 18 big piles of books, but those are all set up to go on Whatnot auctions. I just have to find the time to actually put those up. So those are actually organized.
Wait, out here?
Yeah, all that.
You
stuff
have a
see.
room in there that's all Whatnot ready.
Those are already up. These have to be put up.
So here's a question. Maybe you don't have to answer it because it might be kind of personal, but were you were a reseller when you met your wife, correct?
That is correct.
So she knew what she was getting into, or has it escalated since?
Oh, since he retired, I'm going to answer that one. Definitely escalated. Yeah. Yeah.
So she didn't know what she was signing up for.
Let's put it this way. When we go to a sale, and we went to a sale on Saturday, and I ended up buying 4 banker boxes of 9/11 stuff for $75. Little shout out to everybody out there. Next year is the 25th anniversary of that, and a lot of that stuff will be selling. In fact, it's selling this year. It will definitely sell next year. I had the opportunity at the estate sale to buy the 4 banker boxes worth of stuff. While I was there, she saw, and again, I don't know the name for it, but it's about 4.5 feet tall. It's got tons of drawers on it that you put your jewelry in there. It's got 2 things that open up on the sides. The top
A jewelry
opens up
armoire. Yeah, a jewelry armoire. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
They had one of them. She goes, "Oh, I want this." I said, "It's yours." So she got a nice jewelry armoire for putting up with me carrying 4 more boxes of stuff.
All right,
And that's
I'm
how you
going to
make
take
it
over.
work. I
I'm going to
love
take
this.
over because he's leaving something out. The old bait and switch. He bait and switched his wife when they first got married. They had a tiny, tiny house. Every room had books stacked up to the ceilings. You couldn't even walk. It was like a maze.
Okay, that's not fair.
So she wanted to move
The
in.
kitchen didn't have the books.
kitchen.
Thank you.
So she wanted to move in a nice big house so she wouldn't have that problem, which he did. But now the same thing is happening in the big house.
So I think the solution is buy a bigger house.
Or just keep adding sheds. One of the two.
I
One
do
of the
have a
two.
cheat code for the sheds. In my house, I have a very wide shed at my house and a narrow shed that's long, and you can see it from the road in my driveway. So to avoid getting more permits, and they may not have let me, I got identical sheds behind them facing the other way.
Oh, all right. That was
I'm
smart.
sure that
We'll never
the
see it.
city assessor just has a field day with you guys.
Well, this
All
is
right.
funny too. The other thing in the video was, which I did mention, you know, we live in upstate New York.
Yeah.
One of the requirements to get the permit for the shed is I have to put hurricane straps inside of it because we are well known for our hurricanes up here. Basically, they're little things that you put on holding the roof rafters down to the main frame, so that way a big wind wouldn't blow the roof off. But
you don't really have hurricanes there, do you?
No, they don't.
That's
No.
why
All right. I was like, wait,
This
I'm
must be new.
unfamiliar
How long
with
has
this.
this been in effect? It can't be. It's got to be a new.
It's the funniest thing though that
You don't even get tornadoes there. That's like me needing those things.
That's wild.
Well,
You know, it's so funny, all these like random rules and regulations that pop up when you're trying to run a small business and do these little things. Like it can be just nonsensical and irritating.
Well, I'm thinking of going to the town and seeing if they have a position available. Maybe I can do a little side work. I can be the official hurricane watcher.
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Dishing it back. I like
Obviously a needed thing. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to
Alright.
pick your brains because I actually had I should have saved my stuff from last week. So at the auction in some of the box lots, there was some ephemera type items, and I know Stuart is in the comments, Franklin Hill Ventures. So maybe you could help me and say what goes and what stays.
Okay.
What I sell and what stays. All right, a little black bank book.
Yep, that goes good too. Wait, does it have the writing inside, like the things inside as to the deposits and all that?
No, it's blank
It's
inside.
blank.
Okay, but wait. Did we not just talk about all of his unlisted inventory? Why on earth would you think that they would say anything should go at this point? Like,
Well,
this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take their word, and this is what I'm listing today. Is
Well,
whatever they say.
that actually sells to junk journalists. Junk journalists like things like that. So make a notation for junk
Keyword
journalists.
Keyword junk journal.
Absolutely.
I was going to ask how your
This
junk
I'm thinking
journal
is
journey-
definitely.
No, that stays. Mine doesn't will sell. Those do sell. You have to look inside though as to the date because they've done lots and lots of versions of them. So is that Catholic Publishing? Probably.
Latin, English, ordinary dialogue.
Definitely mention Latin. People like the Latin ones. Definitely.
Did you know I'm a psychic? I'm gonna
1938, I think it is.
Did I
I'm gonna predict that he's gonna say that stays a lot. He's gonna say that a lot.
Co-fraternity of the Precious Blood.
Okay. Yep. You mentioned Latin when you list it. People do like the Latin.
All right, here's one.
Junk journalists buy those, but they don't sell very well.
Okay.
I hate throwing anything out, but out of these three, that would be the one I would put in the shed.
All right.
I would put in his shed.
Throw him a curveball. Just roll up a torn piece of paper and see what he says.
An old avoid verbal order book, an old order book.
Oh,
like it's like the carbon copy.
I am intrigued by this.
Junk journalists would like that.
Definitely. All right. Okay. Stuart says religion sells. Heck yes, it does.
Religion sells. Well, good, because not only do I have the ephemera, which is the only thing I was showing you guys, is I buy any box lot that has religious items and then I grab it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Here we go.
Sold 2 or 3 Catholic books in the last couple of weeks. And I put the green stamps in my random ephemera lots on Whatnot. Okay.
For trousers.
Ooh. All right, maybe I'll send Stuart this. So this is like a sizing, a profit chart for Lehigh trousers in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania.
Yep, no, that would sell. There's actually a guy who buys from me over on Whatnot that buys those.
Oh, all right, you've had those before.
They're called calculator. Well, not that exact thing, but they're called calculators, believe it or not. And you pull it out and see the different things. A lot of times you'll see those like lumber yards will have them, and how many feet cord do I need and all that. And you pull, here's what I'm doing. People do collect those.
Yep. All right. Excellent. All right. A little insert for Family Circle, looking your age.
No, that one I would actually put in the shed.
In the shed. Okay.
You could also send it to Stuart with the other one because he might need those tips. I mean, really, I love you, Stuart.
Jerome, a story of minds, men, and money with a tear on the cover.
Ooh. I don't like to throw anything out. There's a little library down the street.
One of those we're donating. Like let's say it's like list or donate.
That one I would donate. I would put that in a little library in somebody's yard just down the street and let somebody else take it.
So I forget about the little libraries. That's a good idea.
This is kind of cool.
I have some books that I should do that with. Whoops, sorry. Jill says list it all. So what I usually do if it's like that one has the rip through it and you got the ones that aren't so much, I'll just lot that stuff together as junk journal ephemera, like mixed whatever. And that's when I do that.
All right. This has like some water damage, Grand Prix National Historic Park, Department of Indian Affairs and Northern Development, Canada.
Oh, Canada. I know you have much luck with Canadian stuff. Canadian stuff is tough sells for me.
Is it? Okay.
We find a lot of it up here. So that would go in the Stuart box as a here you go, Stuart. Start.
Merry Christmas, Stuart.
I sell it locally, but yeah.
All right. So this one I'm thinking is I already know, like Saturday, December 1st, 1973. This magazine, and it has
they would sell.
The ad on the back is cool. But anyway, it has all of the players from 1973, like with their, so somebody would be looking for that.
Yep.
Right?
And what you want to do is you want to take multiple pictures. You want the pictures of both rosters for certain.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Will do. All right. Well, I'm all set. Thank you so much.
All right. Stuart says, did you see my last videos? Stuart, I saw that you tagged us and we all had an awe moment and we were like, look at Stuart go with his consignment. But I was a bad YouTube friend and I did not watch the whole thing, nor did I comment on it. So I'm going to make sure I do that.
We're going to
But
watch it.
We did see
Yes.
the shout out and we're so pumped that
I mean, we just saw it yesterday late
Consignment's
afternoon
doing well.
or afternoon.
Yes.
So
yes.
In fact, you were trying to bump us so you could watch it, as a matter of fact.
Right.
We did say we have a little consignment like emergency here.
Stuart says anything damaged he puts in his random lots. Yeah. Yeah.
And I do want to give a shout out to Finders Flippers Resell Podcast. They actually did have one of us who showed up on the show. And so do check that out as well. They got a good channel over there.
They have an excellent channel. We like to give them as many shout outs as possible. They are amazing.
One of our
fun,
favorites.
nice, knowledgeable. They have it all over there. Yes.
Stuart doesn't want to talk about that one though, because that's the one where he gets roasted all of the time and he doesn't know how to do math. I did watch those eepisodes.
Yeah.
So we were chatting a little bit before we went on.
Mr. Magazine getting called out. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He's like the Wesley of Finders Flippers. We've never had Wesley on our show.
Right. Okay, that's right. That's right. We have not had Wes. We were talking a little bit before we came on here about GPS and what a game changer that is for like pickups and all sorts of things like that. Like I know it changed my life, especially my consignment life, because I did a lot of pickups, and driving around the Philadelphia area can be dangerous and daunting.
Scary.
Let's say dangerous and daunting. And I had constantly found myself maybe in some precarious situations. So GPS is awesome. I love it. It has changed my life. It is just part of my life. But how do you guys feel about it?
Brought to you by GPS.com.
Right?
Mr. Magazine.
I would be divorced without it because I'm horrible. I have no sense of direction. That's my biggest flaw, well, at least in my head.
I heard you got lost going to Paperboy's house, no?
Okay. I took a different route and there was there was construction. Don't listen to him.
So basically, he took the long route, and I've actually timed it out. I have taken both routes, and the route that he took is about 3 minutes longer, except the problem is he was by last week by my house, and it's been an absolute nightmare in front of my house. I'm on a main street. They've been doing construction. Well, they finally finished my area, and now they went across the cross street, and they're doing it up that way. Well, you get to watch somebody eat their Doritos.
Yeah, it's blocked for 2 miles. So they're letting 85 cars come through while 85 are behind me. It's crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a nightmare.
Well, that's a much different story than the one I heard before you got here, Mr. Magazine. Much different story.
I'm just trying to imagine 170 cars in one place. Like that's a big.
It's a long road.
Well,
it's by Seabrook.
More than my whole town.
But we were talking before, and I don't tend to use GPS unless I'm outside the Rochester area, just because I had my day job back when, and I went around to various places every single day. So I've got a very good understanding of the Rochester area. Literally, all I do is I take a quick look and say, hey, what's the closest cross street? And I can figure out how to get there, generally speaking. And my sister, who's 3 years younger than me, was laughing at me for that, because I actually go and I will actually print directions out. So I have paper directions. I do not use the phone unless I absolutely need to.
Like MapQuest?
Yeah. Yep. So I've actually got paper directions. Welcome to 2002.
People have printers.
Wow. Not only is he using MapQuest, but he has a printer as well. Yes.
So that's true. So
not Paperboy.
We went to my sister and Papa Goy went up separate cars from Mrs. Papergoy and I to Madison Bachfield, a huge 1,200, 1,500 dealer antique show last year. And we were up there, and we, because I needed buy more inventory. And we were both staying in the hotel up in Utica, New York.
Samantha didn't even wince when you said that.
I know. She
okay.
knows
anyway.
it's true.
You're in Utica.
So, hey, we're going to leave, and they were going to leave, and hey, we'll meet you at the hotel. So they left before us. And I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school right here when I say my sister has a lead foot. She's going 75 to 80 when it's, 60 type deal. She has a lead foot. So we get up there. And she's not there. And I said, What the heck is going on? You know, where is she? Where is she? About 20 minutes later, she showed up because her GPS wasn't able to find the place. And oh, I gave her a hard time about that. Going, funny thing about this paper that I printed out.
Okay, but Stuart has a good point here. He remembers printing out directions in the late 1900s, and it was all good until a road was closed. I mean, so
yeah, but here's the thing: if you do it the morning of, I don't know if you're aware of this or not. No, hold on. The various towns, municipalities, city, states are required to report to where the closings are. I don't know if you are aware of that or not. So it is.
I get alerts on my computer. This road will be closed for these amount of hours and all that. Yeah, it's crazy how they have to report that.
Do you remember? I mean, when I was a kid, like the big thing, or even when I started driving, was if.
Oh, that wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It is real. This is suspenseful. What was the big thing? What was it?
AAA.
Oh.
What happened? Did you guys get booted out or just me?
Well, it was just you, but now they are.
It was the weirdest thing. Yeah.
Oh. That was super weird.
Yeah, that's so weird.
You know what that was? That was big GPS trying to knock you
out.
out.
Silencing you.
Yes.
Silencing you. They're taking map.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying like AAA. Remember you'd go and get a trip ticket?
That's what they said.
You did
When you
say
froze,
that.
I go,
You say that
AAA
again.
maps.
I'm too young for this conversation.
The trip tech, and you had to follow page after page.
Gigantic posters that unfolded.
Oh, it was such a big deal too. Like we'd be going driving to, I don't know, Disney or something. And my parents would get all like worked up and they'd call ahead and they'd get the triptych. And then we'd go into the city, into Scranton, and get the, make the big trip to AAA to get the triptych. And
well, not only did you get the triptych, but they also gave you, here's the map of Pasadena. Here's the map of. I mean, you get a stack of maps like this along with the triptych to follow.
Yeah,
they'd highlight the area too.
They used to take it out and they would. I forgot about that part. Yeah, now that was customer service.
It's good.
All right. Well, I live in an area where we still can't use GPS half the time. So I am very good at reading maps. I have atlases and all that with me. My grandpa was a trucker. So we keep all that stuff in the car just in case, regardless. But the real
she
nice thing.
also has some really great places marked on the maps from her grandfather.
I do. But the real easy part of it is like the Upper Peninsula only has like 2 highways. So like it's really hard to get lost anyways. Like if you go to Wisconsin, it's 1 road. Like that's it. If you run into a lake, you went the wrong way, go the other way. And then you'll run into another lake. But eventually you'll get to Wisconsin. Like it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Well, here's an idea for you. You should contact the local AAA and ask them for a triptych to the grocery store and see what they do.
Never heard of that in my life, and I don't think we have a AAA anything here, so I don't. Yeah, nobody will even. You can't even call AAA for like a tow truck around here.
Oh, really?
So yeah, no. They try to get somebody out of like Detroit to come up here. It never works. The poor tourists. We've helped so many tourists like broke down on the side of the road, or this one guy was in a parking lot this spring, and his wife looked cold, and we were like, "You guys were in here when we went into the store. Now you're still like, do you need help?" And they're like, "Our battery died." And we called AAA and we're like, "Oh God, no, don't call AAA." Okay. And he's like, "We've been waiting for 5 hours in this parking lot." I'm like, holy moly, give me a minute. Let's go get our jumper cables. And that's literally all he needed. Like, yeah, it was ridiculous.
And the upside of that is AAA then charged him for not being there when the call guy got there.
Right. Probably. Yeah. Bill, we got home later on and my husband's like, "I should have gave that guy an invoice. He could have turned that in." Like
unfolding and reading maps while driving was much more distracting. Yes. Oh, that was like the main cause of my parents fighting in the front seat. My sister and I took real good care of the back seat fighting, but yeah, the front seat was all about the map. Get that out of my way. I can't see.
But even with the GPS, I don't know why we're having this conversation, but even with the GPS, my husband also directionally challenged. Like if he backs out of the driveway the wrong way, he's lost. Like, and he's also technologically challenged. So like if the GPS says something or I miss it or I'm like, I can't drive and navigate at the same time. And he apparently can't be a passenger and navigate at the same time. So it's still a source of argument.
So I'm going to bring this back around to reselling, because do any of you resell maps? And is there a market for them?
Yes.
I've sold maps.
They're
in a shed somewhere, I'm sure. Yeah.
I sell over on Whatnot a lot of the maps. Anything's from about 1960 on, I sell over on Whatnot. And then older maps, definitely. And a little, if you are at one of those auctions that you go to, and you have a chance to buy the old Atlas school books, you can take them apart for maps. Here, talk to them for a moment. Let me.
Cool. Show and tell.
Over the last 10 years, I've given him maps. I get 5, 10 in a deal here and there. The little fold-out ones.
Yeah.
So say he's probably accumulated 300 that I've given over time. He gave me one map maybe a year ago, and it was about 10 feet long with like 17 maps inside of it. It was like a school map they would have at school. And it's so big and gigantic, I haven't done anything with it yet. You remember that? Yeah. Here we go.
All right. So I live on the lakes, all the Great Lakes. And so this is a Lake Michigan edition chart book, which is a version of a map. And this one I got at a garage sale for $5, and I have it listed for, I don't know, like $150 or something. And they don't normally come with like the case and the compass and everything, but I've sold these before. Boat nerds love charting stuff.
Yes.
So like these. That's heavy, by the way.
Show and tell.
So the earth and its peoples and things like this. And when you go through these, junk journalists love like New York State and North America. And these all have color maps in here. And the nice thing about these are black and white over here. But the nice thing about these is these are falling apart as well. So I don't feel bad at all about taking these apart. And of course, isn't it funny you mentioned maps and hasn't made it to Rosebud yet? I've got a stack like this.
Look at that. Right there in the living room. I love it.
He was able to produce it pretty quickly, though. That's the most.
This was not a setup. You said that, and I go, look what I happen to have over here.
I can see why the background removal is on your screen. That makes sense. Yeah.
Stuart, this is awesome. Yeah.
Stuart says he sells them in his booths, $3 a piece or 4 for $10. Jill has a big map in her garage. You need to list it, girlfriend. Like, do it. Or is it already?
It would look really nice on the wall of the shed. Just saying.
Yeah.
What happens when you put something on the wall of the garage or the shed, but then you have so much stuff in it that it covers it? So what's the point of that?
It keeps it in nice shape and keeps the dirt off.
Oh, the pull down school.
Oh,
yeah, that's what
he has. Yeah. I took my headphones off for that. Gotcha. That's awesome. I once stole one of those from the elementary school that I went to. My friend uses it as like a blind, a shade on her window in her office. It's super cute.
Are you sure the statute of limitations has passed on that? You may have just admitted to a felony.
It's totally fine. They couldn't even. The school argued that it was their property. The county argued that it was their property. And in the meantime, us kids went in and said, "Why is all our stuff still in our school from 10 years ago?" And we may have taken a few things, but doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. I also will have like cancer or something later from being in that building at that time. So it was bad. I never should have walked into that place. It was bad.
But you got a really cool map you gave to your friend.
Cool map. Yeah.
I love that idea of using it as a shade. That's like very Pinteresty.
It's so cute. It's in her office and it is adorable. Yeah.
I would love that. I love maps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever want to buy them still in book form.
So I sold some books and I did not list them. I never listed the title of the book. I didn't list the author. I didn't.
Big book is coming after.
A little bit of an experiment. I bought these a couple weeks ago. Yeah, like less than a month ago. And took an offer for $25. But yeah, I put them as retro decor. And honestly, there's a bunch of that book set listed for like $10, $15. And I took an offer of $25 and just advertised as decor. So my experiment worked.
That is really cool.
Wow.
Awesome. I
thought
they
they
would
were
have looked
just so
awesome on my bookshelf, by the way.
They really, I should have sent them to you.
You
They're
totally should have just
screaming.
let me buy them.
They're
Yeah,
screaming your living room for sure. Yeah.
I know.
So are
I
you
know.
on, you're on the computer as we speak?
Am I on the computer?
Yeah, you are. Do a quick search. If you do a quick search or on your phone, whatever, on Amazon and see what that book sells for over on Amazon. Because I'm real curious. Because if you search on that title, it'll be over on Amazon. I bet it's a $4 book or a $6 book or something like that.
Yeah, when I read, I gotta look at the name of it because I don't even practical English book set. Yeah, when I looked it up, it was worth like nothing. I paid pennies for it, and there were so many of them worth absolutely nothing. And I thought it's just too freaking cute. Like it's somebody needs this that does not care about practical English. They just want to have it. Yeah, so it worked.
No, awesome.
Do you guys ever do that? Like, have you ever come across that scenario?
Tomorrow.
Samantha, you no longer have the market cornered on retro MCM books for decor.
Well, that's good. I don't have any inventory left to do that again right now, so that's fine. These guys do.
Oh, yeah, let me see. Hold on, you got a minute?
Yeah, right. Let me grab a whole bookshelf's worth. I came across another Playtex sippy cup or a bottle sippy cup thing. I got super excited, but it was not worth hundreds of dollars like the last one. But it did sell within like 48 hours of listing for $22 on Etsy. So
$19.99 or $19.99, $19.99 during the year. Wow.
Yeah. So if you get the same like design and stuff, and they have other designs in a drop-in bottle, which I know you guys will never look for, but I sold them for hundreds of dollars, like each within 24 hours of listing them. Like, yeah, it was crazy.
Well, no, I'm glad you told me that, only because I very, very, very rarely go to thrift stores because I know that all the books have been scanned already by people. If Goodwill hasn't scanned it themselves, and they have been. When I do go, obviously, I don't know if you've noticed this about either of us, but we do like to buy things. And a lot of times what I'll end up buying is they've got that shelf, at least at the Goodwills up here, that is just that shelf that they don't know what to do with stuff. And it's got random ribbons, and it's got folders, and it's got unopened things of paper, and so I usually go through there and I find a couple of things through there for junk journaling, for selling to the junk journalists. Well, I'm there anyway, and Mrs. Paper go, I can't tell her, come on, hurry up, because she's got a cart full of clothes. I can't exactly tell her you can't buy any more clothes. So that would give me something else to look for when I'm there.
And when you're on that shelf, particularly with all the odds and ends and random craft stuff, look for vintage crayons, pastels, colored pencils. Like, you'll know them when you see them, but like the real old one, doesn't matter if they're broken, incomplete, like whatever. Half the people are buying them for the box. I've sold them as props. But those were other quick flips. My husband, that shelf that I never look at in our Goodwill, and he was like, hey babe, what about these? And he actually had to go through and like pick out, they had spilled all over the place, and he's putting sets together. But that was another deal that I maybe paid like $5 for all of them, and I was selling them for $50 to $100 a box. Like, yeah. So now we always check that shelf, like under everything. I'm like, are there any old crayons under here?
I actually sold a now this isn't to the junk journalists, this is actually to the collectors. I had gone to an estate sale of a local author, Henry Clune. Well, his kid, who was probably older than me, was having a sale. Quick little aside, Henry Clune's wife was an Olympian around the turn of the century. There was an Olympic sport for one Olympic cycle. Swear to God, 100% true. I cannot remember the name of it, but if you do a search on Henry Clune's wife, you can read about it. You stood on the edge of the pool and you fell into the pool. And whoever traveled the furthest in 1 minute, you weren't allowed to propel yourself in any way. You just fell into the pool and laid there. And whoever traveled the furthest in 1 minute won the gold. And that was an Olympic sport that I finally could be an Olympian. So I
was going to say, there's hope. There would be hope for me.
But the son had a high estimate of the value of things in the household. One of those sales you walk by and, oh, this is $50. It's like a $12 item. He had his signed books there and he was asking $40. And I'm like, I've got 4 or 5 of these signed books right over there, as a matter of fact. And they go for about $15 each. They're not worth 40 and so on. But while I was there, the one thing that I did buy was a old 64 pack of crayons, Crayola. And if you do find the flesh colored, remember that from way back when? I ended up getting like $50 or $60 out of the box of crayons because it had flesh in it. That's Indian red is another color that's been retired and rarer.
Correct. Like it's been canceled. That color's been canceled.
Yep. Yep. So I always look in the crayon boxes for the canceled colors.
Yeah. I like that. This sale, this is my last sale to share. This sale was a personal favorite for me because we traveled 2.5 hours to go to an estate sale because that's as close as we get for estate sales.
It's just around the corner.
Yeah. And we got there and the lady that runs them, she also has an eBay store. She's very upfront that all the nice things go on eBay. And whatever doesn't sell gets put in an auction afterwards and she gets all the profit. So
what's her motivation to sell it at the estate sale?
There's not. I don't know why anybody works with her and it seems very shady, but her prices are nuts. Her prices are super high. She just tells everybody, well, I'm going to discount them on Saturday. Come on 50% off day. It's super weird. So I picked up this hummingbird feeder and it was marked as parasol and it's all glass. Even the little red inserts are glass and they come out. And she had it marked for only $10, which was shocking. And I got it on 50% off day because that's when we went there. So I bought it for $5 and it sold for $162 plus shipping. So yeah,
how
and that was also
that, and how much fun is that to ship?
So my husband does all the shipping. So I have to clear, like when I'm purchasing things, I have to like clear through him. Like, would you ship this? Is this okay? Like, but he's pretty confident and he's a pretty good shipper now. He's loving it. And that one just
story of why you just said now.
Right? I picked up on that too.
His actually, knock on wood, nothing he has shipped has been like damaged or broken. We don't sell cookie jars anymore, but that's because I'm scared of them. They always break. Yep. But he's just very confident now. Before he'd be like, oh my gosh, it's made of glass. And I'd be like, actually, there's 6 parts made of glass. And he'd be like, no. But now he's like, oh, that's no problem. We got lots of bubble wrap. That's cool.
The true test is going to be if he can maintain it after that first thing breaks, because that's devastating.
Right. Yes.
That is devastating.
Yeah. So
you're going to have to really pump him up when that happens. Sometimes things break and it's just not your fault. There's nothing more you could have done.
Well, Mr. Magazine's going to give you a quick little tip on how to, the bobbleheads. How do you pack the bobbleheads, Mr. Magazine? And tell us how you know.
Well, then I probably forgot about. But again, you got to wrap around the neck where the head meets that spring, so the head doesn't shake and fall off or get broken.
I never would have thought of that.
Who told me that?
You finally figured it out after about 8 of them broke, and probably one of your buyers said, "Make sure you do this." You're like, "Oh."
Especially since a lot of them come in boxes already, and I would just put that box in another box, and you're good. I wouldn't even think about that. Yeah,
they still break in the factory boxes. You got to take them out and wrap the neck. Yeah.
All right.
So So that's a good question, right? Because I've gotten burned. I've not burned, but I've gotten upset buyers on both sides of this coin, right? You have something that is new in a sealed box that is not adequately packed.
Oh, this is tough.
Take it out and repack it. I've been berated for that, for taking it out and like packing it more securely. Mm-hmm. Or do you just, leave it and not pack it securely? And then the buyer's like, well, why didn't you package this securely? So what do you do?
We've had this conversation.
If it's sealed, I try to keep it sealed. So you're not, but sometimes there's like games and stuff that you could just open up and we'll certainly take it out. But, we sell DVDs too. And we just had this happen yesterday. We sold a new DVD and the guy gets it and it was sealed. And actually didn't. My packer caught it. So usually if the disc shifts around in the box, even if it's sealed, we'll open it up because it's going to get scratched and we'll just leave a note why we opened it. This ends up being a sealed one. The lister listed it sealed. My packer opened it because it was sliding around, and it was a bootleg copy DVD. So we got it. So it's a good
Oh.
thing it was like $50, and we ended up not sending it to the guy, but we told him what happened about it too. So we do that with DVDs only because if they're sliding around new in the case, they're going to get all scratched up, guaranteed, because they got that little bubble in the middle that you snap it onto.
Yep.
And we do open it up, and we'll give them a note why it was new. We opened it up, and then we'll put like tissue and stuff to protect it.
So you only open it if it's if it's sealed. If you hear it sliding around, you open it. If you don't hear it sliding around, you just ship it sealed,
out,
right?
You take your chances that way because it got to us that way. So hopefully it's packed in there pretty good. So so it's probably shipped to a company. Company sold it to someone who sold it to us. So if it gets to us and it's still sealed and not shaken, then it's been there pretty good.
All right, that's a really good piece of advice. I never even thought about seeing it, because I do sell DVDs. Thought about if it's sealed, shaking it and just making sure it's sealed.
We used to ship them, and then they would get scratched, and they would complain every time. It's like we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't want to open it, but again, and if it's very expensive, we may tell them. Sometimes we'll sell $100 one or more. We may email them ahead of time and say, "This is sealed. What would you like me to do?"
Yeah.
God, so I have gold. This advice is gold.
I've had to do that with jewelry. I've had sealed watches and stuff, but they were loose in there, and I didn't. Yeah, it was messed up. So same thing. I messaged them I want to secure this better, but I need to break the seal. Is that? And usually they're like, yeah, I'm gonna wear it. That's fine. But I can see where collectors and some stuff. The majority of new with sealed boxes that I sell are truck parts, and they're going to trucking companies and garage mechanics and stuff. So we do the old box shake, and if we feel that it needs to be padded more, we open it. I've never had anybody. If anything, people are usually shocked. I just had feedback that said, this actually is brand new. That's crazy. Thank you. He left the review like that, and then he messaged me and he swore in it, and he said, holy crap, I can't believe how great this is. It was a whole, I was like, oh, you're welcome. Okay.
And I caught what you did right there. You're talking about truck parts, and you said shock, because shock is a truck part. I caught it. Nobody else did, but I caught it.
I hate selling trucks. I'm just going to say that right off the bat.
You should sell.
I'm shocked.
Oh, I see what you did there. You should sell early 1900s map books that are incomplete. I know where you can get a bunch.
Car parts is much more lucrative, though.
I don't know. Sometimes you can get $10 to $15 a map. So you just got to take the time to take the books apart.
I'm disappointed if my car parts are less than $50 a piece. So yeah.
Except I pay about $1 for mine.
That's true. I pay 50% on mine because they're consignment usually. So yeah. That's okay though.
So I went to the auction on Friday night, and spent 11. I did a reseller reflection on it, but it was all box lots and junk. Literally there were a couple things I wanted to bid on at this auction out of a couple hundred items. It was nuts.
Disappointing.
But I think I got some good stuff. I got all that religious stuff, the ephemera, a bunch of stuff for $11. I did not get the roosters that they were auctioning off at the end of the auction, though, I thought. But this is I think this that I almost just discarded is going to be between this and the Afghan. This is going to be my highest dollar value item, which is I have it listed for $74.
Nice.
But from $11 and probably 100 items, it's not bad. But it's Esterbrook. I'd never heard of this. Esterbrook fountain.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's really nice. So I was excited. I was really excited that I didn't just throw it away. That's why I was kind of asking Paperboy Mr. Magazine about the ephemera, because now I'm a little scared that I'm going to get rid of something valuable. Yeah.
I love it. We haven't talked about any food. So I need to, first of all, show a picture of my dinner last night because it was delicious.
Oh, and beautiful. Look at that.
We made tacos. And I just want to know everybody's opinion and in the comments. We only have a few people on right now, but cilantro or no cilantro? Clearly, I love it. I piled cilantro on everything. But
well, you know that is a gene. Either you have the gene or you don't have the gene. And if you have the gene, you can eat it, and if you don't, it tastes like soap.
Yeah.
And there's literally
Yeah.
nothing that can be done.
I didn't know it was a genetic thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't.
Yeah.
I do like it when I'm not fasting. So now I'm fasting, so I don't like it.
Oh, there you
Real
go.
quick, I know we're up against the clock, but you just got the death penalty for stealing a map from your childhood school. You get I've heard of this happening. It happens all the time. You're set to go. You get your last meal. What is it? Go ahead.
Oh, I want a big juicy steak. I mean, I think that's my answer for any time someone asks me what I want. I want a big juicy steak.
Oh my gosh. A really rare cheeseburger and then a side of sushi. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
sushi. Oh,
Okay.
shoot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No vegetables or fruit, please.
I was gonna say surf and turf, but I think I'm craving linguine with clam sauce right now, white clam sauce. I'm going with that in the moment right now.
Ooh.
And mine would be a BLT with a big cup of cold milk.
What?
Oh, wow.
Dip it in
then.
No.
Okay, you've been to Michigan for various things. Just north of Detroit is a town called Frankenmuth. It's where they have they have Bronner's, like the biggest Christmas store ever. They have a truck stop right off I-75, and everything that they sell comes with like a pound of bacon. Like their portions are huge. So you order a BLT, which is like $9 or $10. Like their prices are not crazy. And it comes with a minimum of 1 pound of bacon on the BLT.
Oh, nice.
And you can order a side of bacon in case you ordered something that doesn't have bacon, because they also have giant burritos and the club sandwiches, though. Like if you order a turkey club, you have a pound of turkey, a pound of ham, a pound of bacon. Like it is crazy.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna ask for, with my milk, a little Nestle Quick in there, and take a piece of bacon and stir it. Oh.
I love French fries in a shake. So all right.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
That's quick too. Man, we're bringing back my childhood there. Yeah. And then when you order a sundae from them, they take 2 like containers of ice cream. And I mean like the whatever that size, like the normal size of you would buy at a grocery store of ice cream. They take 2 of those, dump it on a plate, and drizzle syrup and stuff. It's for like 10 people should split that sundae. And it's crazy.
Now, Franklin Hill has a good point down there.
Yeah.
Has a very good point down there.
Right?
Well,
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure, Sturt, if I'm sitting there and they're set to put me in the electric chair, I'm not like, oh, this isn't good for my heart. I'm counting calories, my cholesterol.
Well, just make sure that you never steal a map from your childhood elementary school.
Right? Or don't go to Rochester if that's the way they do it up there. I don't know.
Straight.
All right, guys, this has been so much fun. Thanks for hanging with us this Wednesday. It is the $1 Million Peddlers. They are linked up in the title of this video. You can click on that and subscribe. If you're not and you're watching this after the fact, I will put it in the show notes as well. But don't miss out. You will get some fun stories, some great practical tips, and a totally different viewpoint on reselling. And it's always so awesome to have you guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Need to have you on as well, and need to have you on as well at some point in the future. Thanks for having me.
We always enjoy it.
Thank
All
you.
right. Have a good one.